Welcome to the stream, everybody. Today's day 92, making Songbringer, a procedurally generated sci-fi Zelda-like game. Yesterday, I added this fire teleport item. So one of the cool things about this game is it's going to have crafting. So the fire teleport is actually going to be a combination of the fire orb and a teleport chip. So these are two separate items you'll find in the world here, somewhere in the world, somewhere in some dungeon or maybe in the overworld, you'll find a fire orb. And somewhere else you'll find a teleport chip. And then you take it to this robot guy on the overworld who is also a secret area. You have to find this guy, and he can combine items. So you can take all sorts of items. Like you can combine a fire orb with your sword and have a fire sword. So, and there's going to be like a fire orbs. There's going to be lightning orbs, plasma orbs, ice orbs, and all sorts of chips too. I'm not exactly sure what kind of chips there'll be. I know there'll be a teleport chip for sure. But other than that, there's going to be more, other stuff. So you're going to be able to basically craft your own items in here. So today, what I'm working on is getting this scene right here to be hooked up and finished. So she's going to come out of cryo sleep by you pressing this little switch over here. So this is going to be a switch. Well, technically in the code it's a switch, but it really is a little computer screen. The computer, you're going to hit it and it breaks it. And so basically that is like it activates the switch and brings her out of cryo sleep. And then the next thing I'm going to do today is to take this platform and actually turn it into tiles so it actually fits into the existing system. So right now I've got this existing tile system. Oh, I'm locked in this room now. So the platforms you just saw in that last room will fit into this, will fit into the tile system actually, but they'll have really nice graphics, so they'll encompass multiple different tiles with their graphics. So it's going to be kind of a unique system, and then it combines tiles with overall big graphics. So the first thing I'm creating is a switch component. This is something I'm going to be able to reuse in multiple different ways. What's up, Alex Pita? Welcome, man. I don't know if you've seen this, but oh, I gotta finish this. Hold on a second. I'll show you the new fire teleport, unless you just saw it. Okay, so this has a bool, toggleable. I don't know. Bool. There's three things. You can toggle a switch. You can what's up, Chris is awesome. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I had this all figured out a second ago. If it's a single switch, I'm adding a little switch component so that Vel can actually come out of cryo sleep here, and we can actually do an animation there. So this switch, you're gonna hit it. Oh, you can step on it or you can hit it. So bool, melee activate, bool. I guess all these could be flags too, but nah, it's easier just to do it this way. So you can either step on it, collision activate. There we go. You can step on it, you can hit it, and it can be toggleable. Switch component. All right, so I'm just fleshing out this, and then I can compile it and show you guys the latest fire teleport. It's pretty cool. Marzipower, what's up? Welcome. Happy Saturday. If it's Saturday for you. All right, so we've got false, false, false. Yeah, the fire thing is pretty cool. I'm liking it. And it's going to be multiple different things can teleport you in this game. I'll show you that in a sec here. Okay, so it's either 16 minutes left. Wow. It's always boggles my mind the difference in time around our planet. It's like a practically morning for me. I know it's 3 in the afternoon, but I wake up at like noon, so. Switch component. 4:44. Oh, you're only an hour off from me. 2 hours off. Oh, you must be on the, like, Central Time, or, yeah, Central Time. All right, that should do it. So today I'm going to be working on this scene to make this all active, and you'll be able to get her out of cryo sleep. But here's the fire teleport. So you can teleport over stuff. So it's going to be a pretty useful thing, and it's craftable. So you start with the fire orb, and you'll collect that in some dungeon somewhere. You'll find a fire orb, maybe even on the overworld, and then you combine it with a teleport chip. So teleport chips are another thing you'll be able to find somewhere, and you have to take it to this robot guy. There'll be a robot guy somewhere in the overworld. I'm not sure if he'll be hidden or if he'll be obvious or something like that. But then he can craft items, and there's really like no limitations on it. Like you can just craft. Well, there might be some limitations, but anyways, you could take a fire orb and put it on your sword and make a fire sword, or you could put it with the teleport chip and make the fire teleport. So essentially, this item here is a fire orb plus a teleport chip. So that's it. What's up, Ian Wibbly? Yeah, sweet. So yeah, it looks a lot better than it did yesterday, and it's functioning all awesome. So today, the goal is to get this this section right here, so that we can you're gonna be able to hit this, and it just like disables the computer or whatever, and brings her out of cryo sleep. So the animation for her coming out of cryo sleep and this little switch are the next things to do. So actually, I just changed my mind on how I want to do this, because it'll be more explicit if I do flags, so that when I create a switch component, it'll be really clear which properties the switch has. So I'm going to do case switch K-switch, let's see, what were they again? Melee activate. What's up, Wolfsky? Howdy do, welcome to the stream. We're creating switches right now. So there's melee activate, there's collision activate. There's going to be, the last thing is toggleable. Toggleable. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I hope that what I'm doing here, sharing all this code, art, music, and recording it all on YouTube, I hope it's of great value to people, to you guys, to other people that want to learn how to make games, and other people that want to learn how to make all aspects of the game. You know what I mean? I hope I'm an inspiration to other people. Oh, that's actually really clear, Mars of Power. You know what? You just inspired me. I think that's probably more clear. Yeah, I agree. That's definitely better, because it's less easy to make mistakes that way. So I've done that several times where I'm like, oops, I forgot to do 1, 2. Even sometimes I put a 3, which is super crazy. Thanks. So yeah, that's a really great idea, Mars of Power. I'm gonna start doing that with all of my flags, starting with these. Yeah, the game's gonna come out in probably another 6 months or so, but I'm launching the Kickstarter campaign and the green light starting next, not this coming Monday, but the next Monday, April 13th. So really, this game is becoming kind of a reality right now, and you're gonna be able to get in on some really cool stuff. Like, you'll be able to, if you're a supporter of the Kickstarter campaign, you can earn yourself like a gold badge or whatever that only people from there will be able to get next to their name in the game and on the leaderboards. And also, you'll be able to get a digital album, a map of like one of the worlds. There's even a poster you can get, which is going to be a limited edition. So you like only the poster is only available through the Kickstarter. So, but then it's going to be another 6 months or so of development, like a lot more art to put into the game. Oh. Phone call. What's up, baby? Oh, I'm streaming. Oh, it's okay. I mean, if you're somewhere and you want to grab some food, that's cool, but I'm okay. Oh, oh, cool, yeah. Grab me some for sure. Chicken. All right, baby. Thanks. All right, see you. All right, food. It's like one of my favorite things. Sweet, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna save these for later. Okay, so all I really want to do is create the switch really quick. So, got those now. So this is just gonna be uint flags. I'm Wibbly. The great thing about flags is you can combine them all. So I'll show you when I'm about to create a component. Well, basically it'll look like this. Like when I'm creating a switch component, let's say I'm instantiating one like that. And then I could pass in flags. So I can go k flag, k switch melee, or k switch toggleable, whatever. So basically what you're doing here is or. This like is a binary operator. So what this does is it combines two these values together with the or flag. So or means it takes all the bits, and it looks as you're thinking of bits here, and you take these bits or those bits. So if you have the bit 1 and you have the bit 2, you add those together and OR them, you have 3 in essence, and that's 2 bits that are active. And so there's lots of different bitwise operators. There's OR, there's AND, there's exclusive OR. So if you just kind of look that stuff up, you'll understand a little bit more about it. But you can watch me doing a few things here with it. All right, Chris is awesome. It sounds like you're about to start programming. Maybe. Or maybe you want to. So this just makes it basically a lot clearer than using flags is a lot clearer than just a bunch of different true, 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 false, false, false type things. Yeah. Hello? Put down. All right, there we go. Cool. And this is what's great about these kind of components. Well, what's great about these kind of components is I don't need to put them as ints, and they're super they're just super easy to add to other entities. I love simple little components like this. So now that we've got that going, we can add it when we're creating all these entities. Here's a switch. So note the switch component can now, or the switch object can now have a switch component. And this is where I'm going to do a K switch collision activate. And that's really all it needs for that one. Yeah, it's a very compact way of storing information. It's the most compact way you could possibly store. It's just bits. It's just using bits. And it's really clear. So it's like I could have done it that way, or I could have done this. True, false, true. You have no clue what the heck that means. You know what I mean? When you're looking at that later, you come back to your code and you're like, what does that mean? True, false, true. And then you got to go look up the actual, the constructor and be like, oh, what was that? True was this, false was that, blah, blah, blah was this. By using flags right here, it makes it very, very clear. Okay, this is a collision activatable switch component. So 2 benefits there. All right, so now yeah, that's true. It's true. I probably, it's better to use a bigger, like I could have used a 64-bit, and then I would have had 64 different flags, but really this is only a tiny switch component with only 3 different types of flags. So a 32-bit integer is fine for that. But for other ones, I always use 64 bits. So you at least have 64 different things. Like the filters up here, or no, these flags, level flags, I've already gone over 32 bits for those. All right, so now that this, we've got a switch component here for that switch thing. Now it needs a health component, because this is activatable. No, not collision activate. I want this to be melee. So melee activate. That means the player needs to hit it. So it needs a health component. It's going to have 1 hit point, HP, max HP, invincible time, invincible blinks. 1 hit point, 1 maximum hit point. Invincible time, doesn't really matter. Invincible blinks, I think 0. Yeah, I hope that helps. So I think that's all it needs, the health component and a switch component. So when the player gets near this, the player activates its melee. there's only a few things that the player actually can hurt. So I got to make sure it's got the right flag. Melee component. This is what it can hurt with its mask here. So it can hurt the foes or containers. We're going to need another filter type then. Filter type switch. I mean, or it could just be a container. Yeah, let's just make it a container for now. There's really, well, actually, I'm going to search all the code for containers just to make sure I'm not over that by using one. So that's useful. Here it is. So, okay. Oh. Oh yeah, that'll work for now. Okay, so we're gonna use the K filter container for. Man, my heart's telling me it's kind of a bad idea, but. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna trust my intuition here, and just make it its own filter type. So we've got filter container, exit item container, and switch. Even though it's a little more work to set all this up. So you cannot move onto a K filter switch. The player can damage K filter switch with his sword. Enemies cannot move onto a K filter switch. And items, okay, that's container item. Life chest tile uses container. Filter words. So we have a new filter word called switch. Here's a good example of one of them that should be easily turned into one of these types of Marzipower bitwise. I'm gonna call these Marzipowers. Marzipower. Oh, I'm gonna combine them right now. Using the Marzipower. Also, this lets me know how many bits I'm using. It's clear in so many different ways. Oh, you mean like the zeros in front? Yeah, they're just placeholders. I was, just using those as placeholders. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, 0, 1, 2. This one should be 3. Okay. So I'm going to reserve 1 bit right there. 0, 1, 2, 3. This is reserved. 4, 5, 6. Reserved. Okay, so this would be 8. That's reserved. Cool. Oh yeah, the trailing zeros, right? Yeah, trailing zeros were just kind of placeholders, just to let me see all at a glance too, like what bits were where. But this is just way better to do it this way. Okay, so there's one more thing in CD assets, profiles, grep, container. So the pulverizer is using the container. Pulverizer has its own custom move mask, and that needs to be switched as well. All right. So I'm going to run first and make sure that the whole game hasn't broken on me or anything. I didn't actually break any filter types or anything. It does appear that I can walk the right way from all that. I can still hit enemies, be hurt by enemies. I can't walk on these. It does appear that things are functioning all right. Okay, that's cool. Now, to add this switch component to actually work, I think I'm using 6.2. Yeah. Yep, C++, Xcode, Cocos 2DX is the engine I'm using here. All right, so in the health component, we should be able to hurt this thing now. I guess not. It has a health component. Let's see what's going on when I hit it. So I'm gonna go to the health system. All right, so it should be hitting this change HP thing. Oh, oh, I know what it is. I forgot to use the K filter switch. So when we're creating, where is it? Creating this switch. Here it is. We need the collision component to not be static anymore, but be switch. And that will allow the player to hurt it. Cool. All right. Now we're hitting that. Let's hit it again. Nope, they've made things a little worse actually. What bugs are you talking about though? It seems like every time they release Xcode, there's another like little bug. And Alex Pita, what are you talking about inserting? Oh, there, yeah, I did see it do. Yes, there definitely will be cheat codes. There's going to be a cheat world even. Like you'll enter a certain world code and you'll be able to kind of have like a super cheaty style world. What's up, Epic Medic? Welcome. So I like that. I wanted to flash once though. So area tiles. Let's get it to flash one time so we can kind of see that it was hit. And then we'll make it break and we'll make it turn off a trigger bell. I didn't see it flash. Let's do 2 flashes. Cool. Yeah, right. I know. It's like, I don't know, the last year or two they just haven't. They've kind of like. I mean, it's still an awesome IDE. It's my favorite IDE to this day. But it seems like it's just like another little bug comes into it each time, especially with the indexer. It's not flashing. I don't know why it's not flashing. Oh, I know why. Because it's not. Because it only has 1 hit point. What's up, Classic Bolt Thunder? Welcome to the stream. Once again. Oh, and I need to do at least 1 flash. So if it has 2 hit points. It's still not flashing, but oh well. All I really want to do is get it to trigger the switch. No, this is C++, but I do use Objective-C for a tiny bit of the game to actually trigger the app controller. So it's only 1 file that has to be Objective-C. The rest is C++. Yep. Okay, so now the switch component is there. How am I going to get it to actually trigger the right thing? Well, it's going to be a flux. It's going to be a flux to show this scene. So I'm going to start off with a flux type. Oh, I've already got Clay Flux Bell. All right. So a switch component is going to need to have an item. This almost makes me think it should be an item component, actually. Which might be the way to go with that, actually. I find Xcode with Mac versions to be much faster than the simulator, because when I switch to the simulator or whatever, it has to load the simulator. It takes a while when I run it. So but the Mac version runs like almost instantly. Yeah, so I just made this whole switch component, and it's really not necessary. I need to do flags on the item component. What's up, TR Payne? I'm developing some. I'll show you. Get this compiling before. Couple new things, a lot of new things since I think you watched last time. Lots of new art. There's a song. There's a whole intro sequence. There's the fire teleport. There's Vel. There's a whole new level style. Oh, yeah. Cool. What's your mobile only game? I know, right? There isn't a Facebook SDK, but you can write it using their. If you're using JavaScript, you can use their Facebook JavaScript SDK. So TR Payne, this is the scene where we're gonna bring her out of cryosleep. So this will be the switch. You just like, well, it's a computer, and you can destroy the computer with your sword, and then that brings her out of cryosleep. So this is gonna be like the first narrative sequence ever in the game added yet. So that's working on that. And then you've got this new item called the fire teleport. So basically, you're gonna be able to craft items in the game, and one of the items you'll be able to get is the fire orb, and then you combine that with the teleport chip, and you create the fire teleport. So fire orb plus teleport chip equals fire teleport, and then you're also gonna be able to like combine fire orbs with your sword and have a fire sword. There's gonna be all sorts of other orbs too, like an ice orb, plasma orb, lightning orb, and all of them you'll be able to like combine in different ways. So oh, I see. Okay, so we're gonna do a locked flag for items. Nice, right on. Thanks, TR Payne. Yeah, I guess I'm so productive lately because I really want to make a really good impression for the Kickstarter campaign. So all that's lined up. Kickstarter already approved my project, and I've just got to finish up the video and the page. And it's going to launch not this next Monday, but the Monday after that, April 13th. Lucky April 13th. There we go. Now we're using pure flags for items. A fool's duty. That's a really good thought, but no. It's the only time I can really do it. Thanks for that suggestion, by the way. But really, I have to do that because I'm taking a small little vacation coming up in May 15th or something like that. So I've got to get it finished before then. And besides, launching it right around April 13th, hopefully the word starts catching and people do like get their tax refunds like after the 15th. It's the same week, and hopefully there's still some momentum during that first week that people will be like more inclined to share some of their tax refunds with it. So, but it's a really good thought. Thanks, Alex Pita. I know you will, man. Thanks a lot. I'm always thankful for your enthusiasm. Oh, Chaos Gaming, what's up, man? Jamaica style, huh? Okay, so we don't need this switch component anymore. Compile. and we can remove the switch component here. And then everywhere we're actually using a item, we're going to do item.flags and k item locked. Actually, these are now not clear. So call it item flag. That's more clear. There we go. So it's a locked flag, and we can check that in one of those little rooms. So I hope this is the right logic here. Item flags and k item flag locked. Convert that to bool. I think that's the right logic. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, man. As far as when you're creating a game like this with so many different types of items and objects and stuff like that, and ECS it revolutionized literally the way I make games, and I don't think I'll ever go back to creating the old class hierarchy system. What's up, Kid Virtue? Welcome to the stream. Are you 15 years old yet? Aren't you 14 still? Or you're 15 now? You're almost 16? I'm proud of you, man. Making games so early. Item flags and key item flag. Okay, so we're going to do if locked, item flags and equals key item flag locked. Almost 16. All right, man. When's your birthday? What month? Yeah, of course. So for unlocking, then we're going to need to go, we can just do it this way. Else if item.flags and key item flag locked, then we're going to use an exclusive OR. Oh, wow, it's totally coming up really soon. Nice, man. What's up, Jill B? Jill B. You know what? What really helped me is to actually just digest the information enough. And I read this article several times, and I read it at night, so I had time to think about it while I was dreaming or whatever. And that always helps too, to understand a system. But I read Entity Component System by Ray Wenderlich. He's always got some great articles on game development. And here it is, Introduction to Component-Based Architecture in Games. And I read over this article once. I didn't understand it at all. And it all seems so confusing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't get any of this. But then I read it again like 3 or 4 nights later, slept on it some more, and it all started making sense. So maybe that will help you. Nice. What's up, Taiho? Tally ho, Taiho. Okay, hopefully that's all still good with its existing flags. And now this switch can have an item component. So new item component, and the item is k item trigger bell, and the flags are k switch melee activate. No, I mean k item flag melee activate. Nice, man. Lurk away. What we got? Oh, right. So all the other places where we're doing item create life chest tile. This is not locked. Okay, so we would have to put a locked flag there if it was. There's one other case. Sword tile. Okay, so the sword tile as well. It's not locked. That can't be the only places where item components are created. Yeah, here we go. This one. This is create item. These are all supposed to be locked, I think. Oh no, this is not locked. Okay. Create items. Well, this one is. Yeah, I think this is the one where it should be locked. If not has. Yeah, this is just by default locked. Okay. Flag item. No. Item flag locked. What's up, Serious Creeper? No, I don't have a lot of art experience, but I have tons of programming experience. So I have 20 years of programming under my belt, but really only like 3 or 4 years maximum of making art. Really, I started making pixel art only like a year and a half ago. So this is really all new to me as far as art goes. But I am kind of an experienced musician. So I've been making music for about 10 years. So it's really fun to be sharing all of those art forms in a game, all of them together. And I encourage everyone out there who is a game developer to start learning a little bit of all of those forms of art. Learn to make some kind of digital art, whether it's vector or whether it's pixel, and learn to make some music. Even simple music is really not that hard to create. And then learn, of course, learn programming, learn to write stories too. And when you combine all those art forms together, even if you're not that great at some of them, combining them all and starting to make your own games all yourself is just like the ultimate awesomeness. And you get to create whatever aesthetic you want. And the things that you imagine in your head can become a reality no matter what. And you don't have to go communicate that to someone else. Okay, good. So this item container is now, it's still locked. That means its flags are still working. So I should be able to kill all these enemies here, and it will unlock this. Yeah, so it's unlocked now. And it looks like it emitted that item just fine. Cool. So it appears that the flags are still working correctly. And it should be able to... Oh, yeah, cool. And it even opened up the chest for this right here. All right, good. Thanks, man. Good. Okay, so now we've got it all encapsulated into the item component now, and it's really where it belongs. So now when we trigger the item vel, when you pick up or when you switch, so the health system basically right on, man. I hope it's an inspiration. Okay, so change HP is this method. All right, so now I'm making it. What's up, freak? Ferk? I'm not sure how to say your name. Howdy do. So what to do here is to make it so it just triggers. It triggers the flux vel. So if the item is not empty and it's a melee activate, if item.flags and k item flag melee activate, then we're gonna just, oops. Right on. Yeah, I'm a little bit early today. Hopefully that's better for some people. It's Saturday, so it's a different kind of day, usually. Okay, so this is a melee activate, and this one is, this is an open container. So this pickup item, which system has the pickup item again? Pickup, oh, it's the gear system. Okay, so we're gonna call, if it's a melee activate switch, it's gonna immediately call the gear system pickup item for entity. We need to get the player at this point. So there's a bug right there. I just tried to jump to, and Xcode jumped me like 3 lines above. It's like, come on, fix the indexer. It can't be that hard. It's like some obvious bug. Smellbringer? I love those ideas. I don't know what to do about them at this point. You know, I got to create all this visual content and everything for the Kickstarter video. But in about a month, once this is all said and done, and we'll see, you know, how it goes, then I can get to the point where I start doing some of these cool details like Smellbringer, the trails. I'm really excited about the trails of scent, actually. That idea is it's really cool. And it would be pretty unique, I think, and a unique way for enemies to. I don't think I've ever seen a game that does like a scent trail, unless there's other examples out there. There are games that do that. So I'm grabbing the player, an entity for the player, and now I'm having him pick up the item.type. And then, yeah, you can still do its death animation. It doesn't have an AI component, so it's not going to do that. It's not going to be a death flux. So I should do it. So if we go into gear pickup item, yeah, that would be a cool item. Throw down a potion that like puts enemies off the trail. Okay, so I'm just setting a breakpoint here so we know that it actually got to this point. So we picked up the item. So it's going to trigger Vel to actually do the flux. Okay, so it didn't work. Did I do the melee activate? Yeah, it's got the item flag melee activate. Trigger Vel. So what's going on? When we grab this item, what's up, Steve Tranby? Oh, right, you could lure him into a proximity mine. TR Payne, this is the possible playable character. She's female, her name's Vel, and she's a badass warrior from 10,000 years ago of the time of the game. So 10,000 years before the time of the game, she fought in a great war, and she was like the greatest warrior of this war. She whooped ass, and basically they put her into cryosleep to protect the world from this great evil, which was locked. So they locked this great evil on this planet, all these different enemies and stuff like that. And this is the Great War of Wizards, the first Great War of Wizards. And basically, the wizards were all these guys who use technology to to fight their battles. So basically, she gets locked in cryosleep. The enemies get locked in cryosleep. And when you pick up the sword in this game, right at the one of the very first screens, you're unwittingly triggering that entire evil army to wake up. So all of their cryo chambers unlock and they're let out of their sleep. And then, but she's not let out of her sleep for some reason. I'm not sure how to explain that yet, but you find her in the game and you're the one that actually gets her out of cryosleep. And as she gets out of cryosleep, she's just like completely ripping you a new one. She's like, you basically just unlocked this entire evil army. So yeah, cool. And so basically she's going to be able to fight alongside you. She'll be the co-op player, and she's sort of oh, cool. Why is everything cryosleeped? Because you're on this planet. It's a mysterious planet that's full of history, but you don't know it. So everything's cryosleep because when they closed up that old war, they threw all the enemies into cryosleep because they couldn't defeat them. They couldn't actually kill them. So there's some kind of technology or whatever that allowed these guys to keep on living. And so they just threw them in cryosleep. And they threw her in cryosleep to protect the world in case they ever woke up. Ah. Well, I thought it up over about a month of just walking along on some trails. And nope, it's not a web-based game. Yeah, sort of Chrono Trigger influence for sure. Sort of, yeah. Chrono Trigger is a big influence of mine. I love them. I should actually list that as more of an influence. So, I got to make sure that health HP is getting to 0. Okay, we have 1. It only has 1 hit point, so it should be getting to 0. It should be hitting this point right here. Cool. I'll have to check that out. All right, great. It's getting here. Now this item should have the flags. It has flag 2. Why is that? What is flag 2 again? That's going to be melee activate. Yeah, it's got melee activate. All right. And so now we can go system and F, get my player EID. We got that. Pick up item. Maybe I already did. Oh, it worked that time. What the heck? Yes, I'm using Xcode. This is C++, and I'm using the engine Cocos 2DX. And I have a Retina MacBook Pro from 2013. Thank you, Akir. Akira Ray. Akira Ray. Thanks, man. Why C++? It's the most portable language there is. It's faster than Objective-C, and Objective-C cannot compile for so many different platforms. So because I'm using C++, I can publish to Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android, and I can add in the Steam App Store stuff. There's so many different reasons to use C++. Mars of Power, what's up, man? Sorry about that. Good night. Have a good time. Sleeping. So we got this breakpoint. It hit that, so why didn't it break on it? Let's try that again. Yes, you can make iPhone apps with C++. Right. Oh, it did change the... Why doesn't it break here? Top hat bomb. Okay, let's try this again. Cool, yeah. Java, the most portable language there is. Possibly, maybe it is more portable. But I was specifically talking about native platforms. But Java you can't go on the web with, so it's kind of really is more portable in a sense. Okay, that's working. Got this item. Oh, the item type is none? Oh. That's supposed to be item ID. No wonder. Okay, so I messed that up by pick up item. Not item type, this needs to be the item ID, so e.id. And QLab, I'm using Photoshop, so like I just basically animate each frame by hand. Let's open up Vel, the animation that we're actually going to be playing today. Sprites, heroes. Here's her wake up animation. This was developed on a live stream the other day. So she starts off here while she's asleep, and she's going to basically fall out of cryo sleep. She falls from being floating, and then she's on the ground like this, and then she wakes up, shakes her hair. So this is the animation we're going to be bringing to life today. You can develop on most platforms with C++, but not all. You can't develop for web yet. You can actually if you're using Google's thingy, Google Chrome's Chrome app thing. We still got that breakpoint. Okay, so we should hit this time. Yeah, no worries. And sorry, Proton Gaming, I wish I could help you, but I'm not really a Java dev. Okay, great. That time it hit this trigger. Okay, so now what we want this to do when it hits this trigger is to do the flux. Not animate, flux, transition. Oh, interesting. Oh, I've never heard of that. Cool. World, get pause, transient entity e.id, flux type k flux vel. That's it. So it's going to launch this flux type for vel. So it's going to be a custom scene. It's going to zoom in on her. She's going to come out of the cryo sleep and all that. Yes. Yes, you can. Flux. All right, now the flux, I don't think we have a phase yet, so let's do that. I'm going to need to turn this into some sort of reusable data-driven system. But for now, I'm just going to do some custom cutscenes like this. So K phase vel. It's going to be similar to the sword. Phase lift sword. Flux type equals K flux vel. We're going to do K phase vel. So I'm copying this existing flux phase called lift sword, which is an animation where your player picks up the sword, like throws it above his head, all this light shines and everything. And so I'm copying that because it's similar to what this scene will be. So I'm doing all of these different cutscene style phases in C++. And what I was mentioning there earlier is this needs to be some sort of data-driven system. Maybe I'll be using JavaScript for this, I'm not sure. But yeah, doing this data-driven would make it a lot less code. So let's do vel phase, phase vel. Now we just need to hook up this phase here. Okay, phase vel, phase vel, and that's it. Wow. Yeah, I've heard of mscriptin, but I never knew it was an LLVM to JavaScript compiler. Oh wow, it takes actual bitcode. Wow, interesting. That sounds pretty useful. Huh. Thanks, man. Thanks for that hat tip. Or I mean, yeah, I guess it's your hat tip to them and my hat tip to you. Let's see. All right, so what I wanted to do is, I need to zoom in. So at the beginning, on transition begin. So when it starts with a K flux vel, it's going to start with the transition phase, K phase, zoom in. So it's going to zoom in on her tank basically, and then and then she'll come. The cryo chamber will stop. Whoa, what the heck happened? Oh, so yeah, it did zoom in, and then it started the sword lifting phase. Kind of, I think I'm getting close to my actual. Yeah, man. Sorry guys, this stream is gonna be so short today. I've really got to get out and go for a hike because I've got to. Yeah, it's already 3:50. Yeah, so sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to cut my stream short. Today is There's only a few hours left of daylight, and I got to get out and start considering some of my fears. I've got some fears to deal with this Kickstarter campaign. I'm kind of afraid that it'll fail. I'm also I have this fear that um, that the Kickstarter glory days or the Kickstarter gold rush, if you will, was only a few years ago, and now Kickstarter's at this point where it's old news and people don't donate as much and things like that. So I have these little fears. I got to deal with them because I've found that once you tune your mind and you've dealt with fears and you actually understand things, great breakthroughs are made, and then you can proceed forward with the thing you know you want to do and actually really kick ass at it. So it's kind of one of the most important things I can even do this weekend is to just tune my mind and get over my fears. So what I'll be doing later on today is I'll be taking this switch and finishing this up. So right now we can hit the switch and it actually triggers a flux, but it's the old flux for the sword. So it's gonna do a similar thing where it zooms in on her. She falls out of cryo sleep. She wakes up, shakes off her hair, says some stuff to you, and then that's it. So, and that'll allow me to have like 4 more seconds for the Kickstarter video too. So that's it for today, you guys. Hello. Sweet. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Steve Tramby. I appreciate that. Matt Bros, welcome to the stream. Sorry, it's over now. I'll be back though tomorrow about the same time. I'm usually starting around 4 p.m. Today I started earlier. 4 p.m. my time, PST, Pacific Standard. So that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry for this short stream today, but hope you guys got something out of it. So that's it.